play through and through from the Warriors that get them small leads, that lead to big leads, that lead to better fights. And a lot of it was that one where they managed to get Pagon and Panda Cat super early off in that fight. And if one of them, just one of them, is outside of that range and doesn't get hit, maybe there's a resurgence for the Dragons, but that was too beautiful of a setup for the Warriors to fight back from.
Well, it was a quiet set from Sanford Soccer. I wonder if at some point the Jade Dragons go back, reassess the Yu Huang duo lane, Hunter in mid lane. I mean, it works once in this set, has worked in the past for the Jade Dragons, but lacked a bit of the oomph in the last couple of games here. And the Oni Warriors able to take game 2. They grab game 3 as well, and therefore the set over the Jade Dragons. That's it for this one. We'll go back to the desk to round out the day.
Thank you so much, the Oni Warriors. It was something that we talked about at the beginning of the death segment, that depending on which two versions of these teams come through, we could either see a fast 2-0 one way or the other, or if both these teams are coming out with full cylinders running, we could see a pretty back-and-forth 2-1 set, and that's what we get here. Game number 3, the Oni Warriors come out on top over the Jade Dragons. They push themselves a little bit further up in their standings, and we're getting a little bit of that reprise from the Oni Warriors of Phase 1. It was a question that some of us had. You know, they had a strong Phase 1. Was it a fluke? Was it just kind of a one-time thing? The Oni Warriors are out here to prove today that that was not a one-time thing. This is a newly revitalized Oni Warriors team. They're able to adapt to the strategies the Dragons are bringing out, and they're able to do it pretty well, Mifflin.
Yeah, good look for the Oni Warriors and their fans, I'm sure, very happy to see the performance that this team was able to cobble together coming into today. And this is a dominant performance from minute 1. Well, maybe minute 10. It's a bit of a slower pace than what we might be used to from the phases of past, but certainly the Oni Warriors maintained the kill advantage throughout the entire duration of this match, at times struggling to convert it into actual neutral objective wins or even a gold lead, but never faltering in establishing kill presence. And eventually, once they did pull a lead, it was a massive one. It felt like, oh, we're up 5 kills, we're up 6 kills, the gold's like 500, maybe 600 gold separated. Oh, we're up 7 kills now, and all of a sudden it's a 7,000 gold lead. Oh, whoa, gotta keep my eyes on the screen. The game could end at any moment. And the Oni Warriors do exactly that after they get their first Fire Giant and their 7-kill lead. Now we're looking at like a 10,000 gold lead, and it really started to balloon from there. Felt like the Jade Dragons didn't really have much left in the tank insofar as base defense. Panda Cat at times falling into the trappings of getting a bit aggressive. I think something that has served him very well in his professional career, but in this matchup in particular, you get aggressive on Yu Huang. It doesn't really matter how safe you are. You float like 10 feet, and then Nika's like right on your head.
Yeah, Nika was always in that backline. A 2-0-8 from him in the solo lane, 3-0-8 for Cuvo, and a 5-0-6 for Darius. So 3 players on the Oni Warriors going undying in this third and final game of the set. Neilma with the 0-1-10, and then Vote also being able to make some strong plays on that Shiva Lanke, coming out nearly at the top damage chart, but once again, it is Dardes topping it at least for his team. This Morgan has been an essential puzzle piece for the Oni Warriors. The times that they are able to get it, Dardes and the rest of the team look really good, kind of rallying around this pick. Cuvo Fred able to come back here in game number 3, look good as well. But before we go any further into discussion, we do have a post-game interview staying by the solo laner for the Oni Warriors. Nika staying by. Congratulations, first off, on your 2-1 win over the Dragons. And how's it feel coming out of, phase number 1, you guys had a real standout performance. Masters, a bit of a stumble, but now that you guys are hitting this halfway point so far in phase 2, I mean, how's the team feeling with your win today?
Great. I mean, I think the Dragons have always been like a big hurdle, and like we usually fall down to them because like when it drops enough pressure, we get ran over. But today we addressed that really well. Even game 1, we were in control, just like one bad decision, and I mean, ultimately, we're just all really proud of how clean we played in those team fights.
Yeah, your games 2 and 3 definitely a much cleaner play through than game number 1. And one thing that we talked about last week for the pregame interview kind of segment through, and he was talking about how the late game is really where your team starts to come together, trying to battle through that early game. Was that a lot of what y'all were going through with your drafts and kind of your play styles to just battle through the early?
I mean, we were just making sure that we had lanes to play through and just had pressure to get us to late game, because when we get to like full build, I mean, we're pretty confident taking anyone on. Not really scared of anyone in those team fights. Yeah, the wins you guys have had so far this phase have looked pretty good. Talk to me a little about the solo lane, because we've had so many meta changes in the solo lane. I mean, at one point we're seeing Hunters in every single game, then we saw some of the Warriors come back. Is solo lane just all over the place right now, man? Yeah, I think we've come full circle to, Guardians are back now, and like I'm glad they banned RTO that game 3. I was not looking forward to another one of those. But yeah, I think we're kind of in that spot where like Guardians is creeping back, and like if RTO's open, she's like kind of controls the lane and like what plays around it. But yeah, Warriors still strong. They look good as long as they can get through that laning phase. Yeah, well, you guys look good in your set. I'll let you get back with the team. Also, quick shout out to Tectone and Strippin. I know they're watching right now. Hope they enjoyed.
Oh yeah, that was the team that you were
Yeah,
coaching,
yeah.
wasn't it?
We
Yeah.
won the
Oh yeah.
tournament.
Congrats on that one, by the way.
Yep, thank
Big
you,
win out
thank
of
you.
there. And,
Which was
congrats-
bigger, that or this?
Ooh.
That one, obviously. That's the biggest tournament in Smite history.
Well,
Ouch.
congrats on your win today. Congrats on your win in the previous tournament with Miskiff and all that. Thank you so much for coming by. I'll let you get back with the team.
Thank you.
You got there, Mifflin.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a talking to. I shouldn't have asked. I shouldn't have asked.
If you guys are unfamiliar with, they did have the OTK Mistiff tournament this past week. Nika was the coach of the winning team out there, so he's definitely been having some success inside and outside of the SPL. Able to find a win today, though, over the Jade Dragons. A good look for him and the rest of the Oni Warriors. Let's take a look, though, at the schedule, because that's all that we've got for you today for the SPL. We still got plenty more to go here in week number 4. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. The Olympus Bolts and the Camelot Kings, and then the Valhalla Valkyries and the Atlantis Leviathans will face off to round off our Saturday, and then we have our triple header Sunday as per usual, kicking those things off with the Leviathans and the Scarabs on that day.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this Bolts Kings matchup. I think that is going to be probably one of the most important matchups this week. The Olympus Bolts sitting right at the top. The Camelot Kings would love to leapfrog them.
100%. More than anything else. I mean, the Olympus Bolts and the Camelot Kings were coming into this week undefeated, then both get shut down by the Leviathans, and now the two of them definitely want to see who's going to come out on top with the win there by the Oni Warriors. They're able to bump themselves up now into the 3rd seat comfortably. The Jade Dragons and the Leviathans and the Titans all right behind them. So this is still a very contested top 6 in the SPL. Let's see who comes out on top tomorrow. But that's all that we got for you guys today. On behalf of myself, Mifflin, Caster Production, everyone behind the scenes, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Smite Esports.
Legit. Happy Canada Day. Okay. Well, I guess my internet keeps cutting in and out and in and out and in and out. I don't think I should continue streaming this. It cut out 45 times during that stream. So I think that's probably it. So I'll try again later, I guess. Hopefully the internet's working better. But anybody who's still here, if anybody was ever here, thanks for joining me with the SPL today. And hopefully I'll see you again tonight. And happy Canada Day. Jasmine says so as well. Alrighty, take care everybody. Mwah.